I don't even know.
On the screen, I'll tell you to go back.
It's live.
Well, hello everybody and welcome to the Summer Lights Festival Reimagined. Sorry for the delay in getting going. It's always an interesting process doing these things online as opposed to in person, but I'm super excited to be here and I'm very excited to be sharing some music with you tonight. So the first song I'm going to start with is a song called My Church. It was written and released by Maren Morris, and it really resonated with me, just kind of about the places that music takes you, and the last couple of months we haven't really been able to get together and make music, so I'm just grateful for the opportunity to be able to share it with you this way, and I certainly hope you enjoy it. Here's My Church. I cussed on Sunday, I'm cheated, I'm lied, I fall down the grace of you too many times, but I find holy redemption when I put this car in drive. I'll roll the windows down and turn up the dial. Can I get a hallelujah? Can I get an amen? Feels like the Holy Ghost running through you when I'm playing highway heaven. Find my soul Bible, singing every single verse. And I guess that's my church. When pain brings a sermon, cash leaves the choir. It is the cold, cold heart burning higher than a ring of fire. When this wonderful world gets heavy, and I need to find my escape, I just keep the wheels rolling, radio strolling until my sins wash away. Can I get a hallelujah? Can I get an amen? Feels like the Holy Ghost running through you when I'm playing highway heaven. Find my soul Bible, singing every single verse. And I guess that's my church. Can I get a hallelujah? Can I get an amen? Feels like the Holy Ghost running through you when I'm playing highway heaven. I guess that's my church. And I guess that's my church. And I guess that's my church. Wow. The next song I'm going to play for you is one that it was actually one of the first ones I learned, to be honest with you. I think I started singing it when I was maybe 10 or 11, which at the time I don't know if the meaning of the song actually resonated with me or not, but it certainly does now. And the song's kind of evolved with me. It changes every time I play it, but it's still one of my favorites, and a very dear friend of mine brought it to my attention, Fred Hale, who I'll play a song later that I co-wrote with him. And yeah, and I think it'll be my favorite for a long time to come. It was originally written by Bob Marley and then kind of reimagined by Annie Lennox, who is one of my favorite artists. I respect her immensely and think she's so talented, and it's called Waiting in Vain. I hope you like it. From the very first time I My heart said follow through, but I know now that I'm waiting on you now. So don't treat me like, 'cause I know how to do my thing. Don't talk to me if you think I'm done. Wanna know when you're gonna come. See, I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. 'Cause summer is here, I'm still waiting. Winter is here, I'm still waiting there. It's been 3 years since I'm knocking on your door, but I still can't knock some more. Ooh, boy, is it crazy? Look, I wanna know now. But I'm to knock some more. In this life I know there's lots of grief, but your love is my release. Tears in my eyes, but tears in my eyes, but while I'm waiting for my turn to see. I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. 'Cause summer is here, I'm still waiting. Winter is here, I'm still waiting there. Well, there's waiting in vain. I'd like to take a quick minute to thank the Summer Lights Festival for reimagining the Summer Lights Festival. I've been a part of it for a couple of years now in a variety of different methods. I've played there with Fred Hale, I've played there with my band Thorn and Roses, and they've always treated the artists with the utmost kindness and the utmost respect, and it certainly speaks to their character individually and as a committee to be able to put something like this forward and to take on this initiative. It's not an easy one to do, especially right now. So I thank them and their sponsors, Young Condos, Communitech, and the City of Kitchener have been absolutely instrumental in putting this together and giving artists a platform during times where, you know, there really aren't any. They all got pulled out from under us with no warning, so we certainly appreciate it. This next song is a Zach Brown Band song. I'm going to get to something a little more up-tempo. Zach Brown Band is one of my favorite artists. They're, they're country, but they're pop and they're rock and they're just everything. It's all about good music and great songwriting and great harmonies, which is something that I certainly love, and that's why I'm in a trio, a local trio, and I don't have them with me here today, but who knows, maybe we'll cross paths with Summer Lights Festival. Until then, here's just me on my own. This is called Keep Me in Mind. I come all the pretty girls I keep on taking, baby. I've been looking for someone like you to save me. Life's too easy to be so damn complicated. Take your time and I'll be waiting. Keep me in mind. Somewhere down the road you might get lonely. Keep me in mind. Pray someday that you will love me only. I think about you some days where I'll lay wasted with you. Always go our separate ways. Don't you love you, baby, the way I do. Keep me in mind. Somewhere down the road you might get lonely. Keep me in mind. Pray someday that you will love me only. Love can be real tough. Find shelter to be. If there's no one else to love, keep me in mind. Keep me in mind. If ever you wanted me, I'll be your baby. I'd be a fool to let you go with someone else. If ever you wanted me, I'll be your baby. I'd give it all up just to have it for myself. Yeah! Keep me in mind. Somewhere down the road you might get lonely. Keep me in mind. Pray someday that you will love me only. The world can be real tough. Find shelter with me. If there's no one else to love you, keep me in mind. I'll put you down there. Keep me in mind. I'll be your baby. Keep me in mind. I'll put it on you. Keep me in mind. Put it on me. Well, there we go. Okay, up next. Oh my goodness, I wrote down all these songs and I put them in an order, and then by the second song I wasn't listening to myself anymore. So I'm just kind of going with what I feel like. So I think the next song I'm going to play for you is it's a bit of a sad song, and when I first heard it, I was in a pretty sad place, to be honest with you, and not the sad kind of place that you're thinking of. I think most people think of the song and think, it's all about a breakup, and it didn't speak to me that way. And it's brilliantly written. It's all about the Tin Man and how wishing, he'd had a heart, but it's from the perspective of someone who's had their heart absolutely broken and wondering whether or not it might actually just be easier to get through life without one. And, you know, I think we've all been there, and especially Thorn and Roses lost a really dear friend of ours a couple of days ago, actually. And this song spoke to me in a time when I lost someone, and hopefully maybe our friends can find some solace in this too. Hey there, Mr. Tin Man. You don't know how lucky you are. Shouldn't spend your whole life wishing for something bound to fall apart. Every time you're feeling empty, better thank your lucky stars. 'Cause if you'd ever felt one breaking, you never want a heart. Hey there, Mr. Tin Man. You don't know how lucky you are. 'Cause I've been on the road that you're on. It didn't get me very far. Well, you ain't messing nothing. 'Cause love is so damn hard. So take it from me, darling. You don't want a heart. Hey there, Mr. Tin Man. Glad we talked this out. You can take mine if you want it, 'cause it's in pieces now. By the way, there, Mr. Tin Man, if you don't mind us all, you give me your arm. You can have my heart. All right. This next song is one that my uncle wrote. It's one that I grew up listening to And this one is 100% about heartbreak, and about a relationship that just can't find its way. The lyric in the line that really I learned to appreciate as I learned to understand what this song was about was kind of the first line. It says, "Who's going to navigate this rudderless ship?" And just kind of that imagery of being lost at sea and not sure where to go or how to turn or even what's coming next. And it's a beautiful song. His name is Bob Holmes, one of my musical inspirations growing up as a kid. He'd have me playing my guitar at all the family gatherings, and a really wonderful kind of folk songwriter. Reminds me a lot of John Prine. So this is his song. It's called Waterwell. Who's gonna navigate this rudderless ship? Those who hesitate won't make the trip. Thought not, and spoken in haste. After the afterthought, there's a bittersweet taste, a bittersweet taste. And it's coming around, I can see it in the distance. Heavenly resistance, just like water will. And it's coming down, I can see it on the horizon. Well, my temperature is rising, just like water will. Who can accommodate the needs and the wants? Differentiate and from response. That young couple strolling uphill after the aftermath, it was all downhill. It was all downhill. And it's coming down, I can see it in the distance. Heavenly resistance, just like water will. And it's coming down, I can see it on the horizon. Well, my temperature is rising, just like water will. So who's gonna navigate this rudderless ship? Oh, it's for my Uncle Bob. I love him. I'm not sure if he's on Facebook or the internet or anything like that, but rest assured I will show him that video at some point. I don't think he's quite hooked up yet, but we'll get it to him. Anyways, moving right along. I did have a request. Lots of requests come through, so I thank you all for supporting me and for supporting live music and for supporting Thorn and Roses, our band as well. This is a favorite that we do with the band, and it's a song from the 90s. I would think maybe you could even call it a 90s anthem at this point. It's called What's Up? 25 years and my life is still trying to get up that great big hill of hope for revolution. I realized quickly when I knew I knew that the world was made up of this brotherhood of men. For whatever that is. Till it cries sometimes when I'm lying in bed just to get out. Take my hand and I am feeling I am peculiar. Until you wake up in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath. I get real tired and I scrape the top of my lungs. What's going on? And I said, hey, yeah, yeah, hey, yeah, yeah. I said, hey, what's going on? And I tried, oh my God, I tried all the time in this institution. And I prayed, oh my God, do pray. I pray every single day for my child. Until he cries sometimes, like just to get out. Take my hand, I am feeling I am good. Until I wake up in the morning, I step outside and I take a deep breath. I get real tired, I scrape the top of my lungs. What's going on? And I said, hey, yeah, yeah, hey, yeah, yeah. I said, hey, what's going on? And I said, hey, yeah, yeah, hey, yeah, yeah. I said, hey, what's going on? And my life is still trying to get up that great big hill of hope for revolution. To the 90s. I'm going to take a quick drink. I'm going to have a sidebar. Where am I at for time? I probably went over.
8:38.
Oops, I did go over. That's okay. If it's okay with you, I might do another one. Because my mother would never forgive me if I signed off without doing at least this song. This next one is the one I talked about earlier. And it's one that I wrote with Fred Hale, who was my guitar teacher growing up, and his wife worked very closely with me, doing vocals and things like that, just kind of part of the family. And this song was one that I started to write after a loss in my family, and I had a really hard time finishing it. It was about 3 years before I asked Fred to sit with me and help me finish the song. So it was a pretty emotional day getting through it. The concept of the song changed. I had originally kind of conceptualized it being about watching my dad cry. And I remember that being kind of one of those monumental moments in my life where I realized the severity of what was going on, and it broke my heart. So, but Fred taught me that sometimes telling a story isn't necessarily about saying exactly what happened, but more implying the emotion behind everything that was happening. So that's kind of where this song evolved, and we titled it Carry On. And I think that was super great for me because people would often say to me things like, well, you'll move on. And I remember thinking in my head, you don't move on from something like this, you carry on, but it's always part of you, and it changes you forever. So, and we've all experienced something like that. So this is called Carry On. I will leave you with this song. And I want to sincerely thank the Summer Lights Festival for having me and for having all of these artists lined up once a week, for reimagining what was an amazing festival in Kitchener that I've been so fortunate to be a part of over the last couple of years. There is a new series coming up featuring the downtown Kitchener businesses called We Miss You, so please stay tuned for more information on that. I would again like to thank the sponsors, Young Condos, Communitech, and the City of Kitchener for making all of this possible. I'd also like to thank SG Studios for having me. We've been working out of here quite a bit, and it's kind of been my little COVID retreat. And Jay Real for helping me put this together as well. So without further ado, this is Carry On. I thank you all so much for joining me this evening. Please tune in every week on Thursday night to the Summer Lights Festival. They have some amazing performers coming up for you, and they're really doing a good thing here. So please support live music, support your artists in any way that you can. Here's Carry On. Woke up from a nightmare to find I hadn't slept at all. When you can't imagine one thing that could prepare you for this fall. Hear the conversation like it was someone else's life. And the sweet height of summer, bitter skies open wide. I need you now more than ever. Please be strong. Take my hand and make it better. See us through this storm. I know that you're hurting. Sure not stand here alone. Oh, this can't be unbroken. Together, carry on. Cause like my own, their spaces filled with pain. There's a million words to choose from, but not a single word to say. Watched you hold his wallet, trying to cross her. I could hear the tires crying. Our hearts break open wide. I need you now. More than ever, please be strong. Take my hand, make it better. See us through this love. I know that you're headed. Sure not stand here alone. Those can't be unbroken. Together, carry on. Those can't be unbroken. Together, carry on. Thank you so much, everyone. Good night. Have a fabulous evening. Thanks for tuning in.